Chateau Moho Cooking Show. Oh, I can't wait to share my Southern potato soup. Yes, we're going to kind of create it like a baked potato soup, and it's so delicious it's going to melt in your mouth. So please, just stay tuned with me, and we'll go on through this, and you'll make the best potato soup. Your whole family's going to be raving about it. All right then, winky-doo at the Chateau Moho Trailer Park.
Starting out with my Southern potato soup, I always like to kind of clean out my potatoes, and I like to soak them for a little bit. That's what we're going to do first. I'd like to explain something to you about these potatoes. They've been sitting in my kitchen for about a week or so, so I'm getting what they call eyes, or eyelets. That's what we call them in the South, and we can always shred those right off and peel them right off this potato. Otherwise, I like to cook my potatoes with the skins on them because it's good for your blood. Alrighty, so I just soak that in for a little bit, and we're going to get started here, and I'll show you how to get it all. Okay, my potatoes have soaked for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to peel them up. And as I'm doing this, I usually do 6 potatoes per serving, and I kind of put them in containers and put them in the refrigerator, and I can have potato soup during the week, so that's really convenient there. I'm going to go ahead and start them, and I'll show you in just a sec. Let me point something out to you real quick. See where that little dark spot is? That's where the eye was. And as I'm peeling it away, I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to get a small little knife, and I'm going to carve that out. You know, these potatoes are still good, and I kind of like it when I wait about a week or so, because the potatoes get a little soft. But they are still good, and I'm not going to throw them out, and I'm still going to make some darn good Southern potato soup. All right, I just want all of you to know that since you're making a Ruby's Southern potato soup, it's going to be a little bit messy. Here we go, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of tinge of salt in here, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and just, at first I'm going to let it simmer for a little bit, and then we're going to give it a little time until the potatoes are nice and soft. Alrighty then, now we've got those potatoes cooking up. Now we're going to start our bacon, and we're going to fry that right now. And also, I'm going to show you a little trick on that. I would like to, once I have it all fried up and everything, I take that bacon, and I take about a teaspoon of the bacon grease, and I put it inside my potato soup. And that's a little secret of the Southerners, okay? Okay, for some of you who don't realize that bacon does shrink, as you can tell, it's a little bit overboard. It's kind of hanging over my skillet. But within moments, it's going to be all shriveled up in that pan. And it's going to be another ingredient that we're going to add to our soup. There's the bacon, cooking peacefully. Just a little food note. When I do cook my bacon, I like to use olive oil. I love to cook with olive oil. Coconut's another one. But I do like the olive oil. Alright, now I like to use Blue Bonnet, and we need about a ½ cup of butter. And I'm going to go ahead and melt that in my microwave. Alrighty, now we've got that ½ cup of butter melted. Now we're going to add it inside that bowl over here. And now for the next item. We're prepping all this before we put those potatoes in. It's a lot easier. We use 1/4 cup of flour, but a lot of the people in the South don't really recommend it. They say it tastes kind of pasty. So they tell me out in the South Tennessee to use heavy cream. And I'm going to put about 3/4 of that right into our main bowl right here. As we're doing this, we're still working on the bacon now. Can't forget about that, otherwise we'll burn it. You know, we don't. Right, now we've got the 3 cups of milk. Let me go ahead and pour that in here. That's 2 right there. And let me get 1 more cup. Now I like to add 2½ cups of cheese, so I'm going to do the 2 cups of the shredded, And then I'm going to do the other half cup of sharp white cheddar, and that should add a lot of zest to that soup. There goes the cheese. Woo! Looks pretty good, huh? And we're going to treat our potato soup just like it's a baked potato and do that cup and a half. And we'll add that right into here. Now that our bacon is completely cooked, we're going to go ahead and put it on a plate with a paper towel and let it go ahead and drain itself. And then we're going to take about a teaspoon of that beautiful bacon grease and we're going to add it to the soup. Okay, we're going to add our sour cream now. Whoops! A ploppity plop. Alright, here we are with that beautiful looking bacon grease. We're going to add it right into our beautiful bowl here. We're going to just mix that up a little bit. That look good? That looks delicious. And it's going to add a lot of flavor to it. I think I want to add some onions. You can add whatever you want to. You can add peas, you can add corn. You know, it's your soup and you can customize it any way you want. It's starting to taste good, y'all. You know, what I do like about this soup is I'm not adding any flour or any cornstarch. I'm not a big fan of that. All right, I do a clever thing, too. I take the paper towel filled with bacon, and I grab it, see, and I kind of crunch it up together, and I just squeeze it, you know, like you would one of those massage exercise balls you put in your hand. And you just do that until you get little bits, see? Then you can kind of open it up. Well, not like that, but you know what I mean. Something like that. Pieces to put inside your soup. Good idea, huh? And it's a lot easier. Bacon bits. Woo! Look at that. Looks so good, don't it? Doesn't it look delicious? I just can't wait to eat it. I think I've changed my mind about putting onions in my soup. I think I'm going to put green peas. So pretty much a small bag of green peas from Kroger in the frozen department is a little over 2 cups. So you'd figure 2 cups of green peas I'll add right on in here to give it a little veggie touch. See, it's starting to look a little bit better, more and more. Now our potatoes are at a flaming boil. Look at that steam coming out. I can't wait to add all the ingredients together. Okay, now I just want to show you something. Yeah, I can put my fork in here, and it's pretty much potato mushy. You know what I'm saying there? But I think, however, we ought to wait a little bit more, maybe 5 to 10 more minutes to just make sure it's just ready just to be mashed up in our potato soup. Looks like our potatoes are finally done now. All I gotta do is just let it simmer down and cool off, and we'll add all the ingredients together to get that southern potato soup. Now that we've drained our potatoes, we're gonna add the ingredients. Now I'm gonna start kind of like mashing it all up and stuff, and then that's how we're gonna end up with that delicious southern potato soup. I'm telling you, I'm so happy that I don't have to add any soy like most potato soups have. If you look on the label, that's what it reads. Flour, cornstarch, all that stuff. I'd rather stick with some dairy and just go straight up with that than the other ingredients. Believe me, it's just as tasty. Just mashing up the potatoes. Home cooking. There's nothing like it, let me tell you. Yeehaw! That's my parrot back there, Penny Lane. If you hear any squeaking, that's her a-peeping. Alright, now for the pepper, I'm going to add some of that. It is delicious, by the way. It's, whew. Can't wait to have me some. I don't think it needs a lot of salt. It's that good. I'm not a big salt fan, and if something tastes really good, why add to it? It's like ruining something, you know? And I really try to watch my health and my weight and cholesterol levels and sugar levels and all that stuff. So I try to be careful. I know it's potato, it's starch. I know, but you know, it's okay. Once in a while, it's good to have a nice homemade bowl. At least you know what's in it because you made it. I'd like to show y'all something. Look at this. I mean, if you pick this up, the cheese, look at that. Look at that just dripping off and shredding off that spoon. Oh, my Lord. Woo! And it just melts in your mouth. Now, that's some good potato soup. That's some good eating. And like I said, I did not have to add any salt. And, whoa, I mean, what a big difference from making potato soup from, you know, with the heavy cream instead of the flour. The flour, I don't know. I made it before, and I just wasn't a big fan. You had to add a bunch of salt, and it was just gobs and gobs of it. So I like it this way better. It just tastes much better, and it's much healthier. Like I said, I try to stay away from the salt. But boy, is that all right in the South. When we put things like jelly in that and whatever, we call it canning. But I'm not going to be canning. I'm going to be putting it in these containers. All right, so I have calculated how many ounces that it makes. It makes about 116 ounces of soup. Actually, a little bit more because I got some left over that I'm going to have. That's pretty amazing. That's about maybe 2, 4, 6, that's about 8 settings for one person. So it really does fill you up. And I've lost about 15 pounds, believe it or not, on potato soup because I love potatoes. Only the Southern way. The Camp Bimbo Chateau Moho way. Please leave your comments down below. I'm sorry about the continuity. I don't know what you call it. My producer didn't like my other wig. Let me know also that little comment down there if you like this wig better or the shorter one. All right, y'all. Happy Bimbo trailing. Or should I say cooking? What do you got cooking?